Right, okay, well, I won't keep you too long. There's got lasagna in the oven and stuff, so do you know what I mean? I'm kind of getting
And you want?
Right, so obviously you're no stranger to Pride events now, and no stranger to Bolton Pride.
I know.
Tell us a little bit about, for the people who don't know, about how KY was born, if you like.
Okay. Well, KY's been around for about 8 years now. Always worked as a male vocalist on cruise ships, holiday parks, did a few West End shows, did Panto with you.
Yeah.
Uh, I was turning 30 and I was like, do you know what? I really want to do drag. And it was that thing, I wanted it to be right. I wanted to look right. I just, if you're marketing yourself, it's got to look and be right, isn't it? And I thought, if I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it. So I just took the plunge and touch wood. It's paid off and constantly worked. Fingers crossed it continues after lockdown. Yeah, so she was born. And I started off actually as a drag DJ because you know what it's like when venues don't really know who you are and you've got to, boost your following and stuff. So I went in as a drag DJ. Now, I do not profess to be any kind of DJ. I'm no Judge Jules. No. Being a singer, I sort of know what songs work and what they want to dance to and stuff. And I downloaded Virtual DJ for free, may I add, because I'm a tight bitch and I didn't want to pay for the main package. And I literally just watched one song fade out and then press play on the other. That was my DJing skills. And it started Sunday service. And, the rest is history. So I feel I've got Eagle and Nick and Adi from there so much to thank them for, because working with those amazing queens that come into Sunday service every week has just sort of boosted my career, and they've put good words in for me in other venues. And she works everywhere now.
Yeah, it's definitely blown up. I've never seen you lip sync a song, like as a drag act. Have you ever done that?
No. I think being a live singer, I thought I wanted to incorporate that into the show, and lip syncing's just, it's just not my bag, really. I think I'd feel an idiot. I mean, hats off to them who can do it, and so precise. I think it looks amazing, but it's not really, I don't feel it's what KY is. It's not the direction I wanted to go. So, plus, I do feel a lot of drag queens nowadays are live. So it's not often now you see a miming queen. In America, it's still huge, isn't it? But in the UK, most queens sing.
Yeah, a lot of queens, I've seen that a lot of them can perform live and have come from that background of performing, which is amazing, really. You were going to raise money. You mentioned on the show tonight for the NHS shaving your beard and having grown it. Obviously, the plan of that has changed. How are you raising money for the NHS after lockdown?
Yeah, so obviously my beard today was like 5 weeks to the day since I'd been in drag. So I'm a hairy bitch. So it had grown quite quick. And I thought, I'll do that and shave it off. And when I shave it off, raise money. Obviously, because I've come back to the live shows, I've spoke to Nick and Adi at the Eagle Bar, and we're going to do a huge cabaret fest. So I will be booking you when I know the day you'll be in. And singers, comedians, drag queens, every act we can think of, and just do literally a marathon of cabaret. And we haven't worked out the finer details yet, whether we ticket it or do a huge raffle, and all proceeds, whatever we raise, will be going to the NHS. So I feel I'm still doing my part there. It was so passionate to me that I wanted to do something in this horrendous time we're all going through. And I've got so many friends who work for the NHS, and hearing the stress they're under and, looking after these patients, putting their lives on the line to work on the front line. I thought, we are in a position of power as entertainers and drag queens. We need to give something back and do what we can. So we're going to go on that route now, yes. So she's not hairy anymore.
Well, it gets you out on a Sunday anyway. And gets you on stage.
Yeah, it gets me pissed. Love a few Jaeger bombs, couple of drinks.
Talking about performing, obviously, like we said before, you're a friend of Bolton Pride. How important do you think Pride events are? Because obviously a lot of Greater Manchester Pride events are having to postpone for a year, and many across the country and the world. obviously we're Bolton Pride at the moment is still going ahead. We're going to review it in in the next couple of months. But if it does, then we'll postpone it. We'll do something else. There's going to be a hell of a party in 2021, obviously.
Oh, absolutely.
How important are our prides, and more importantly, local prides and regional prides, do you think?
Yeah. Do you know, you get asked this question all the time, and I see so much I'm going to call it slander on Facebook from maybe some straight people and stuff. Why do you need a gay pride? Where's straight pride and stuff? But obviously, what it is, of course, we have a huge party, and the gays know how to party. But it's remembering what pride is about. Do you know what I mean? Still in certain countries, we are fighting for the right to be ourselves, be with same-sex partners, be out, be comfortable, not have to hide it away and stuff. And that's what we're still fighting for to this day. And that is what pride is all about. It's just with the gays, we add a huge amount of glitter and sparkle, and it's huge and campus it.
Well, I'm hoping that Bolton Pride, a lot of Bolton events have been cancelled, so I'm hoping that Bolton Pride can still happen in September. And obviously, it'll just be everybody will want to attend, and that's kind of the idea of it. How do you notice the difference between prides? Different ones like City Pride, Manchester Pride's huge on another level, but then the smaller prides, you notice there's a different feeling, a different type of love that you get, a different bit of support.
Yeah, Manchester Pride every year. Done Manchester Pride so much, and Birmingham and stuff. It's huge, massive city, and predominantly the gays. They come from everywhere, But what I like about the city prides is that you get to speak to the straight people and who absolutely love and support us. And I find they may attend the big city prides, but they might get overshadowed by all the gays. So you notice them more and you get to speak to them. I have made so many Facebook friends from doing the likes of Bolton Pride, Oldham Pride, Leicester. Well, actually, Leicester's a big city, but the smaller prides that are not in the big cities. I absolutely love doing them as much as I do the huge ones.
Yeah. Have you got can't say a favorite pride, but a favorite gig that since KY has kind of been born that you've enjoyed?
Oh God, that's such a tough question. I'm gonna say 3 because I'm a greedy bitch, and I'm gonna merge them into one. Sunday to me is literally my absolute favorite day working. I'm lucky that I get to do both gigs in Manchester. Sunday service at Eagle Bar, Manchester. I've been there for 4 years now. That has just flown like that. And then I am part of the power of 2, sometimes power of 3, sometimes power of 27, depending on how many acts he puts on. I always close the power of whatever number on a Sunday night at Via in Manchester. Both venues I absolutely love. Eagle Bar, such a cabaret audience. They sit down, they watch, they join in. Via is party. So you can do Friday night gigs there, Saturday night gigs, Sunday night gigs. And then another one is a real favourite for me is the Two Brewers in London, in Clapham. Love that. I actually feel like I am doing Wembley Arena when I do that, because the stage is quite small and they are stood this close to you, and you always go on around about 11:30 midnight, so you keep it upbeat, really dancey. I was like, I feel like a star, baby. Yeah, so those 3 merged into one.
Yeah, love it. How excited are you to be back on the live stage? Obviously, you've just done your first sort of Facebook gig. I know that it's a bizarre feeling, but are you excited to kind of get back to doing that live?
Yeah, because as I said, I've just done the first Facebook Live, which was amazing, but also such a weird experience because you are chatting to the camera, chatting to yourself. You don't know where the joke's landing, are they enjoying and stuff, And I know you have the comments on the screen, but I thought I didn't want to be really close looking, so I had Matt, the husband, in my ear on my AirPods and stuff. But you can't beat live theatre interacting with the audience, and it's that I just can't wait to get back to that, because I was discussing this with a Queen friend of mine, and I said sometimes you can pick your songs, maybe 7, 8 songs that are going to go in the show. You end up only singing 2 because no show is the same, and you can be having banter with someone in the audience, which is such a riot that you're feeding off that, and it's then creating more material for the show. Something else can happen, and it's that makes your show, makes your career, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, get me back on that stage.
Yeah. Drag's sort of, obviously, it's been around forever. It's been an art form. It's become this massive business in a way, and a lot of people are. There are some incredible drag acts now, and the bar has been raised. With Drag Race in the UK, obviously, it feels like there's a big family. The drag family is very prominent, and there's a lot of love there. How did you find Drag Race, and would you ever enter it?
Loved Drag Race. Always been a huge fan of the American series. Was super excited to hear it was coming to the UK. I didn't apply for Series 1. And because I felt, and I'm maybe speaking on behalf of a lot of queens here, I didn't know how they were going to do it. Because obviously you've got lip sync for your life, touching on what I said earlier. Most queens in the UK now are live, so they don't lip sync. And I thought, how's the format going to be? Let's see it first. Really loved it. And I would love the success from the show, don't get me wrong. But I'm not sure I would enter it for the main reason I feel it's got a touch of the Big Brother side to it. It's very clever editing, and it could be career suicide. You could be a phenomenal queen working up and down the UK, but it's how you're edited. I know they can only edit so much. You've got to say something in order for them to edit it, but it's still very clever editing that I feel you can be made to look a certain way how they want you to look, and therefore it could be very damaging to your career afterwards. So it's that puts me off. Never say never, but at the minute it's that worries me. So
yeah, I mean, we're both alumni from TV shows from a past life. Anyway, so kind of have an insight. I think the public probably read that as on a level of what it is, and I think they're making a TV show. I knew a couple of the queens who were in this time, and you know it was incredible. But some of the time you could see where it was edited. That wasn't those people. That wasn't how they
want drama. They push you for the drama, because let's face it, it makes great TV.
Yeah, no, it does, and that's what it's there for. How are you coping in isolation?
Not bad. I've started a podcast because that was something I've wanted to do for ages. I would love to get into radio. I've always had an interest in that. And, you know, the same as you, when we're working, we've got such busy schedules that you don't have this time to sit down and create these amazing new projects to the effort you want to put in. So I thought, well, I've literally got nothing else to do apart from eat. And, so I thought, let's give it a go. And do you know what? It's been received so well. I've now released 4 episodes. Every Friday, 6 p.m, a new episode comes out. Behind the Queens with KY Kelly. Get it on everywhere where you get your podcasts. And yeah, I interview other drag queens. I'm going to be interviewing venue managers and great personalities from the LGBTQ plus XYZ list, you know, and all that. So yeah, it's great. So that's been occupying my time. I've started doing a little bit of baking. You know, anything that revolves food, I'm there. I'm all over it. So far, we've made jam tarts, a Victoria sponge. We've made Victoria sponge muffins, little small ones. Flapjack was the best because me being me, I wanted to put everything in it. The husband literally looked at me like I was a skid mark on a tile when I was like, I want chocolate chips, I want marshmallows, I want all this. And then he was like, how many ingredients can you try and get in one? You know? Yes, so that really. I touch wood. I don't think I've been bored yet. I have been drinking night, mind. Gets to 5 o'clock, I'll watch the Daily Brief, and let's face it, I think we need a glass of wine to get through that. But yeah.
No, I definitely prep from about 3 o'clock for the daily briefing with alcohol. I've baked one thing. I've done one thing. It was a honey cake. It was an absolute disaster getting it out of the thing, but it tasted quite nice, so I was fine with that.
Oh, that's the go. Shut your eyes. Doesn't matter what it looks like. It's what it tastes like, love.
Could tell you've been an eagle a lot. Anyway, I'm gonna end up with this little question. What is the first thing you're going to do when all of this is over and we can go back into the world as normal?
Okay, right. The first thing I'm doing is going to the McDonald's drive-through at least 7 times in one day. So I'm going to start off with a sausage and egg double McMuffin breakfast meal. Then I'll be back at lunchtime for 20 nuggets. Everyone who knows me knows I am obsessed with the McDonald's nuggets, and so I'll be having them. A large Big Mac and fries, but I will have a Diet Coke just to wash it down to make me feel not so bad. And I can't wait to get back to my first gig, because I feel that opening parties of every venue is just going to go off. I actually feel for a good month, if not longer, it's going to feel like a Pride. Because everywhere, we've been locked up for so long, and everyone's been sending so much love to each other, you know, via social media and stuff. But I think that party is going to be mega.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think it is. I think it's just going to go off. And what has been amazing has been all of the creativity that has come out of this, and people sort of raising their profile in a different way and doing different things. It's been exciting in a way. It's reset the world, but it's been exciting. So,
you know, you've just hit the nail on the head there. Reset the world. A drag queen, Roxy Rivers, she said to me, I feel that the world has hit the pause button and we needed it. So as dark times as we're in at the minute, sometimes it's slightly refreshing for the good that's coming out of this. And I feel life will be so different moving forward for us all, because it's made me realise, don't take your work for granted, you know, have a different outlook on life. And I think a lot of people will feel like that. You'll
definitely have a spray bleach in your clutch, won't you, going on? Right, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much, and sorry for the tech issues.
Oh, I told you I'm the most untechnical person ever. So an hour later, we get the interview. Thank you very much for having me, darling.
No problem. Take care. See you soon.
See you later, Carl. Bye.